Incoming transmission.
Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion. It's the 2nd November. What have I got for you today? It's an Amiga classic. Check it out. Yes, it's Walker from Psygnosis and DMA Design. I don't know if you guys remember Walker, but hell, this was a fun game. And there is the actual machine that we will be riding around in. Yes, this was such a cool game on the Amiga, and I believe if you've got the hard drive installer, you can actually get this on your Amiga hard drives and whack it up there nicely, because it's quite a long loader. It's a 3-disc game and it's quite a long loader, so yes, you can get it on a hard disk and load it up in seconds. However, we're taking the slow route, so those bits, let's see, this is basically the loading bit, if you like. The disk swapping is done all by sort of vectors, which is quite nice, but it's a bit tedious, so I've just removed those. Yes, it's one of those voiceovers today, folks, because the loading times were a bit poo. Anyway, here we have the inside view. Now, this isn't how we do it, but it's quite a nice little thing there. We'll get stuck in. We'll just press the left mouse button is the fire button. Let's get stuck in and give this a go. Now, I played this game back when I had an Amiga, and I thought it was absolutely fantastic then. I mean, just look at this. I mean, how big is that? I mean, that is what you're going to be controlling. Now, right now, it's like a mission brief type thing at the moment. We've got a voiceover going on telling us what we need to be doing. And basically, it's like, it's a get to the end of the stage type game and just kill everything as you're doing it. You see, there's the first little wave of men there, and we just blow the hell out of them. Now, let me introduce you to the screen. In the top left hand corner we have our temperature gauge. Now, if you continually hit your railgun, that's going to go up and up and up until your guns jam. So you need to let that come back down in temperature, and all you need to do for that is release the mouse button. Simple. On the top there, above that, you've got your score. On the top right, you've got your lives. You have 3 of those. And underneath that, you've got your shield. Now, if that depletes completely, your walker blows up. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, really. Now, this is kind of very apocalyptic, the way we're going through this. I mean, just look at the scenery. It's nothing really to write home about, is it? But the thing is, for me, is that everything needs to happen in the foreground. So, instead of big, pretty backdrops, we've got some nice scroll in there, and also there's more concentration on the graphics on the walker. I mean, look at it, it's amazing. I actually love this, and the animations are brilliant. It just looks like a more up-to-date version of Ed 209 from RoboCop. On the bottom you'll see it says danger, lock off, and then you've got gun temperature, high, normal, critical. It will tell you, and it also tells you that your shield is nominal, which is fine, or say normal, I don't know. It's hard to read that. Anyway, your shield will deplete, as you can see there. Getting hit depletes it, and it will give you warnings when it actually does. And also your status changes to danger when there's enemies on the screen, such as these little buggers in their gun turrets. Alright, so everything in this game you see on the screen that's grey, you can blow up with your cannons, which I think is fantastic. This game's just all out gun running fun. And I mean, I don't, you know, I always hate it when things get blamed on video games for violence. I mean, this, you know you're not going to run out into the streets in one of those things and start shooting people. It's just fun. You know, they're little pixels of people. Yeah. So just go out there and just do what you do best and blow up the bad guys, because that's what they are. Yeah. So it's just pure unadulterated fun, and go to your brother, kill him with your gun. Yes. So there's an assortment of bad guys. You can see there we've had the trucks there, and the guys will pile out of those trucks, and it's pretty much continuous. They come out in these big sort of groups, as you can just saw there, and that's a real gun overheat problem there, because you've got to take them all out in fairly quick succession, or else they will start to blow up your walker. So everything you see on the screen can actually kill you. So you've got to be careful of that as well. So a lot of things you've got to watch. You can lock onto things as well, which I'll show you how to do that shortly. It's very, very simple actually, but I'm having too much fun blowing these up. So the idea basically is to reach the end of the level and not die. Simple. And you've basically got to kill as much as possible on your way over there. Now you can see the little guys spawn everywhere, not just the ground. You'll see them appear in the windows in the background and on ledges and all sorts of stuff. They also come abseiling down, as you can see there. You get tanks, as you can see there, aeroplanes, which will drop grenades out of there onto you, and also the guys in parachutes as well. So you've got a lot going on at the screen at once, and my shield is rapidly depleting. So you've got to be careful of all these things while trying to stay alive. Fun. And there you can see I just locked onto that Jeep there, right mouse button, and then you can press your left mouse button to drill it full of holes. So, great stuff. Now, this was a Psygnosis game, and I love Psygnosis titles. I think they're absolutely fantastic. There you go, enemy units approaching. Excuse me. What that was about. Yeah, so enemies approaching, your gun temperature is normal, shields are normal, area's clear, but here we go again. So my shield is now fully charged, and we're off again. And basically this is what it's all about. You do get bosses. In fact, if memory serves me correctly, the first boss in this is a airship, which is fun to destroy. But you don't get to kill it immediately. It kind of, well, you'll see for yourself in a minute anyway. But the planes are a constant threat. You later on in the game as well. This is purely memory because I'm not playing this as a full walkthrough. Later on in the game, you get little guys that actually throw grapple hooks up onto your walker, and they come up and try and sabotage you from there, which I think is quite a clever mechanic. And it's just an extra thing to worry about. And to be honest, I can't remember if you can actually shoot them off, because your walker targeting is all based on your mouse movement, and I don't think it can swivel around and attack the rear of your walker. So you've got to be careful that they don't get clamped on and swing up, and I think they like throw grenades at you or something like that. But I don't think that they survive, or they just detach themselves once they've done it. But you've got to be careful of those later on. I love the targeting in this game. It's so much fun. All you do really is just point your mouse around, and you can see that the walker head is going wherever my mouse goes. So if I want it to go up, I just flick the mouse upwards. If I want it to go down, point the mouse down, anywhere on the screen. And I think that tracking system is so well done, and it's very, very clever. I think it's, you know, it's a different way of doing shooting games. You don't really see them. In fact, I can't really say that I've seen anything since Walker that uses that sort of tracking movement. I think that's really, really good. And I mean, I'm surprised this came on 3 discs. You know, with a game of this magnitude, normally you'd think it would come on like maybe 4 or 5 discs, but 3 is pretty good. Consider the intro takes up quite a lot as well. But yeah, you can see how mental it goes on the screen at times. It's very difficult sometimes to actually avoid everything that's going on. Sometimes you've got these guys here, and then you're concentrating on them, and then you forget the little guy up in the top right hand corner that's actually taking pot shots at my walker as well. So there's a hell of a lot to be concentrating on. It's great, but it's, you know, it's all done. I don't find this game to be very frustrating. I think it's one of those games that there is a strategy involved, and that's basically to keep an eye on everything on the screen, while keeping your gun temperature low enough to be able to obliterate everything that you need to, especially the trucks and tanks, because they take a lot more hits, as you can probably imagine. The best thing I found was to basically release the mouse button, fire, release, fire, release, fire, release, and I found that controlled the gun temperature really quite nicely. Now you can see there's the airship again, throwing grenades down, little parachute guys. There's quite a lot you've got to be careful of here. You think you're safe, there you go, just got a massive hit there from an airborne grenade, and yeah, my shield is now critical. So you can see there it's changed. Now we've got tanks to deal with. Didn't really need those at this point, but if you step backwards, you can avoid these things. Now, it is only a right to left game. You can't turn yourself round. So once you've gone one way, That's it. You can't retreat and sort of make way back. But then there's no need to, really. You just literally got to get to the end of the stage in one piece. I love the fact you shoot the parachutes and the little guys sort of drop. I mean, you can almost see the Lemmings mentality here. When the guys from the parachute drop to the floor, there's almost that Lemmings squelch as they hit the floor. The only thing missing is the sound effect. But I think that's brilliant, because obviously Psygnosis did Lemmings as well. So, you know, it's nice that they got kind of little nods to their own games in there. I think that's really quite clever. But this game's fun. If you haven't played Walker yet on the Amiga, pick it up and give it a go. You should be able to find a copy fairly easily on eBay or whatever. But there you can see now I can now target the airship and blow it up. So there we have it. That is basically Walker. There's not any music. There is speech and the clunk 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 of the Walker as he walks along, which is brilliant, and the machine gun fire and all that. But there's no music to speak of, in fact, no. But you get a lot of radio chatter as well, which is quite nice. So it kind of really absorbs you in that respect. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the review. Thanks for tuning in. Always appreciate it. Remember to like, share and subscribe, and tell all your friends about me. Thanks very much, and I'll catch you very soon for a brand new video. Take care for now. Bye-bye.